the mind is racing with thoughts on nurture and better understanding, maybe from a child's point as well as from an adult's point. I don't know. I just had this, I think, epiphany about stubborn children and where some stubbornness might come from, and why stubborn adults, like how stubborn adults stem from stubborn children to a point. Like, what if when you were young, there were spaces that you needed to, not that you needed, you wanted to learn something, or something was like you were given a challenge, but not the space and time to learn it in the way that you needed to learn it. Like, say somebody else was pressuring you to learn it in another way that you didn't understand, or they strictly didn't have time, or they always were breathing around down your neck. Or what if, like, a prime example thought was like a 4-year-old that wanted breakfast or something like that, but there was no one around to help them get breakfast, so they had to figure that out on their own. And that could be difficult for someone so young. Not saying that they couldn't accomplish it, but the frustrations that might arise in that for a 4-year-old would be very frustrating, and if not talked to, attuned to, attended to, or soothed, nurtured in some way, they may take that forward so that any other time they are faced with a situation where they need help, would like help, but don't know how to ask because there was never anyone around to ask, or they feel uncomfortable asking and they feel they're tasked to figure it out themselves. That is very frustrating. And I can see how that could pull forward into adulthood. So I don't know, there was more thoughts to, like, as how a person could move nowadays, but it's funny, every time a person finds advice in the soul, it always seems to be what a person is actively working on, but they just need to see it, realize it, and recognize it, right? Like, 2022, I actively decided that I was going to put more energy and focus into pulling my family back together than anything else. And because of that focus, we are in a really beautiful place. Even when issues arrive, we find that we are able to come to solution quicker and in healthier manners. So again, wins all around. It's one of those, it works if you work it, it works if you notice it, acknowledge it, and put action behind it. But those are my thoughts. Have a great day.